More than 1,000 Central Americans are marching freely through the Guatemala-Mexico border. That after the gates into Mexico were left wide open, quite intentionally, quite consciously. Mexican authorities backed down from confronting the caravan. They said they were fearing any confrontation given the prospect for violence. Border Patrol saying 376 illegal immigrants made their way into the country. They dug below a border fence with a tunnel that was there for some time. Officials say smugglers dug at least 7 holes near Yuma, Arizona, so they could make it into this country. The Border Patrol had just 3 agents, they say, patrolling the 26-mile-long section of the border where this all reportedly took place. The question is, why did that take place? Only 3 agents at around 26 miles in Yuma? Are you kidding me? One of the busiest sectors the Border Patrol polices. Well, Tom Homan is former acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also Fox Business contributor. Tom, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's start with, first of all, the tunnels. And, you know, come on. 3 agents for 26 miles, that's crazy. Unless they were in one car. I worked on the border. I know the Border Patrol. I know how well patrolled it is. I also know the technology they have at their disposal, as well as local law enforcement often supporting them. And now we've got troops helping. I mean, frankly, I think a lot of questions have to be answered by Homeland Security that could occur.
Well, let me answer a few of those questions, because I talked to the chief patrol agent in the sector, and 40% of his manpower, 40% of on-duty agents are busy changing diapers, making formula, and taking children and women to hospitals to get medical clearances. 40% of his manpower is tied up doing that humanitarian stuff at hospitals, while the border
we're going to break solidarity here, as much as you and I agree with one another. The Border Patrol has a thankless role right now. And at least in Washington, D.C., if it weren't for the president, they wouldn't be getting any thanks at all. This president supports the Border Patrol, but digging 8 tunnels below the fence, are you kidding me?
Which is another reason, Lou, they need a new wall. The new wall technology will have technology and sensors. They have anti-dig technology in the new wall. They'll have sensors and response capability on the new wall. This whole system doesn't work.
It doesn't work. But you know, as Donald Rumsfeld used to say, you don't go to war with the army you want. You go to war with the army you got. That's true of a Border Patrol patrolling a border as well. It's absolutely ridiculous that this would happen, and it's got to be stopped. And if there isn't that commitment at the top of Homeland Security, something is very, very wrong and has to be corrected.
Well,
I'm on the side of those agents. I am on the side of the Border Patrol, but I am not on the side of dumb government. And by golly, that is dumb government when we are expending our resources that way. And this president, by the way, is the guy who first started talking about dumb government. And my guess is only 2 years in, he's had a bellyful of dumb government.
Well, look, we're all having a bellyful of dumb government. You know, you got a second caravan coming because the Democrats don't want to close the loopholes that cause these people to come. They don't want to require E-Verify, which is a magnet for these people to come and get a job. I mean, these people say they're...
Don't forget chain migration.
But we talk about them, they're supposed to be escaping fear and persecution. Do you know there's a UNHCR office in Guatemala? There's one in El Salvador.
I do.
If they're really escaping fear and persecution, they can go to that office and get refugee status and get to safe third country.
Well,
but it's not about escaping fear and persecution, Lou. It's about getting to the United States to join an illegal alien relative.
Yeah, it's about flouting U.S. law, our borders. And by the way, if we don't take it seriously, think about this. If we had not elected President Trump, this would not even be a discussion. Those caravans would be rolling through here. And by the way, they wouldn't be made up of 2,000 Hondurans. They would be made up of Hondurans, you name it, Guatemalans, El Salvador. I mean, you're talking about open borders, on steroids at that point.
Well, you and me agree to that. We got the right president at the right time. We got a great president.
So
in
why
this country,
in the world aren't the American people being more vociferous in their support for this president?
Well, listen, here's what American people can do, because I've done it. Look, if you're sick and tired of Congress to do their job, then American people can do one thing for this president. They can go to a website, www.e-verify.gov, and they can check if the businesses and the companies they're dealing business with is a member of E-Verify. If they're not, tell them to either become a member of E-Verify or boycott.
What is that website again?
www.e-verify.gov.
Okay, let's get rid of the WWs. What is the name of the URL again?
e-verify.gov.
There you go.
Check and see if a company or the business you're dealing with is a member. If they're not, demand to become a member. If they don't, boycott them. Let's take this magnet away from these people coming to this country to get a job. American people can do it. If you're waiting on Congress, you can be waiting a long time.
I don't think anyone should be waiting on Congress. As a matter of fact, there's a group, and I'm not even sure. I better not bring it up because it's such a grand idea.
Bring it up.
It costs, well, I have to be a little constrained on occasion. I want to check out who's behind it because it's a terrific idea. And we'll have that for everybody coming up by the end of this show, because I'm going to mention it. There's an outfit putting together bricks. They're going to send Nancy Pelosi, and you have to donate. I think it's too much money. But we'll check it out and have a good idea. I looked at it just before I came on air. So here I am bringing everyone in the audience into the process that is Lou Dobbs Tonight, the show. Tom, it's great to have you with us. And this president is doing such an amazing job. And I just, I feel terrible about the nonsense that he has to put up with. And not always with the support. And no one's going to approach his energy. But let's meet him halfway. Let's at least be half as energetic in supporting him as he is in leading this great nation.
We have a great president. I spent 34 years doing it. He's done more for border enforcement than any president I ever worked for. We have a great president, and God bless him. The right guy at the right time.
Amen. Tom, thanks so much. Appreciate
you
spending some of your time with us. Thanks, sir.